Today, the moon continues in Sagittarius. We are in a moon cycle that is focused on caring, needs, feelings, and themes of self-care. So let's look today at 3 tips to make the most of your self-care during this Sagittarius moon, or how to think about self-care during this Sagittarius moon. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, July 18th. So with the moon continuing in Sagittarius, we are focusing on themes of philosophy, beliefs, faith, hope, optimism, how to create an expanded view of the future, expanding into new possibilities, opening doors to new ideas, new thinking, new ways of being that we haven't considered. And we are heading toward the upcoming Capricorn full moon on Sunday. It will be early Sunday morning, in Pacific time in the United States, and that will be our second Capricorn full moon in a row. So we have these themes of structures, systems, things like government and politics are in the air. Things like how we take and think about authority, authority that is in the world around us, as well as our own authority, and how do we reclaim authority and step into our own authority to shape things the way we want them to be, instead of waiting for someone else to fix it for us. And that is one of the themes of Capricorn, and we're heading into this Capricorn full moon. So that full moon will also be at the final degree of Capricorn, 29 degrees Capricorn, in a conjunction with Pluto in early Aquarius. Pluto is retrograde, going to be heading back into Capricorn coming up here on, I believe it's September 1st. So anyway, very close conjunction between the moon at the final degree of Capricorn, Pluto in the first degree of Aquarius, and really sort of pointing out the paradox, the contradiction of these two energies, the drive for freedom, the impulse to be who we are, to be free, to have the freedom to move the way we want to move, to have freedoms in the world, to honor and respect individuals for who they are, as well as the Capricorn energy that can be very conservative and can say, you know, things worked fine in the past, let's just do it that way. Or let's go back to the way things were in the past, as the case may be. But Capricorn energy doesn't have to be about the past. It can absolutely be about how we shape our rules, structures, institutions. The way that limitations show up in our lives is something that we can take the power back, right, from our own authority to claim and shape in the ways that we want to. And that's the work of Capricorn, right? It's not handed to us. We must earn it. We must work for it. So more on that Capricorn full moon coming up as we head toward it, getting close here. So the Sagittarius waxing moon that we have today is bringing themes of what we believe in, where we place our faith and trust. And so 3 self-care tips for working with today's Sagittarius moon energy. Things you can do that will particularly help you align with the energies today and attend to your own self-care and your own needs in the best ways possible to support yourself, to be in your highest potential, right? Your best self. So here are the 3 self-care tips that I have to share with you. Number 1, think in the big picture. So Sagittarius is the archer, right? It is shooting for the stars. It wants us to see the big picture. It wants us to get that bird's eye view. So don't get distracted by the shiny things around you, the things that are trying to draw your attention, right? Get out of the here and now, get into the bigger picture, the ability to reflect on what's going on here, what's really going on here, connecting with the truth, how you view the truth, and looking at that bigger picture of what's important, how to think about yourself and your needs at this time. So that's number one, think in the big picture. Number two is self-care tip for a Sagittarius moon is choose your beliefs on purpose. Now, I was speaking to this yesterday in my video because the moon went into Sagittarius yesterday, or it was in Sagittarius all day yesterday, having just gone into Sagittarius. So we were talking about how to choose the things we think. Right? We don't sometimes we don't even realize that we have choices around what we believe, especially what we believe is possible. So watch for any unconscious or ways that you might have a tendency to move into fears and beliefs that are limiting, fears and beliefs that decide ahead of time what's going to happen when the future hasn't arrived yet. So it certainly hasn't been written. Thinking about what beliefs are going to serve you, are going to serve your own self-care, are going to serve your ability to show up as your best self, to contribute in the ways that are meaningful to you, right? That feed you. And so it's not about self-sacrifice, it's about stepping into sharing of your essence, right? Shining your light in the world, being who you are more actively, more fully, rather than less. So choose your beliefs on purpose so that you can open to the possibilities of, the good things that could happen, and create space for those good things to happen, and live your life as though you are creating those good things, because when you do, you probably are going to live and do things a little bit differently, right? Maybe you'll think a little bit differently. Maybe you'll have a little bit more spring in your step, or readiness to take advantage of an opportunity, or whatever appears for you. So of our self-care tips, 3 self-care tips for the Sagittarius moon, we've got number 1, think in the big picture. Number 2, choose your beliefs on purpose. Choose the beliefs, and notice when you're unconsciously running beliefs that are limiting, and think about how to reframe or shift those into beliefs that help you expand into new possibilities for the future. Let me give you an example of that, by the way. So if you notice, and the first step in this is noticing, right? Notice that you're already shutting down because you are afraid of what might happen, be it climate change, be it the results of an election, be it, what might happen in the world around you. Whatever you notice, hey, I'm afraid that thing might happen, and I'm already starting to shut myself down because I'm preparing for that challenging outcome, that thing that I'm afraid of. And if instead you can shift that to, yeah, it's good to be aware of that possibility, but there's also this other possibility. So invite in the opposite of your fears. and create space for those, maybe by, telling a story, writing it out in your journal, drawing a picture, singing a song that makes you happy, watching a movie that makes you happy, something that reminds you that there is goodness in the world, and that we can create our future from that experience of goodness, and all the potential that human beings have, including yourself. Okay, so number one was think in the big picture. Number two was choose your beliefs on purpose. Number three is build upon what makes you happy. So we've been talking about this a little bit already, but find the things that make you feel good, that bring joy into your life, that make you feel active and creative, that inspire you, that give you energy. What is it that makes you happy? Because that is a clue to where you can expand, right? And where you can create from that place of happiness. Let it grow, let it expand, let yourself have that happiness, because that is the act of resistance against the forces of destruction in the world, right? It's your joy, it's your affirmation of your existence, the life force energy that comes through you, you being who you are. When you live from a place of joy, you create more joy in the world, and that reminds yourself and others to be kind to one another and to create the world in a way that is kind and caring and respectful to all beings. And that is our theme for this Cancer moon month, moon cycle, with the Cancer new moon. That is was the new moon, and now we are moving through the moon signs in the zodiac as that Cancer new moon energy unfolds, and we discover more about caring and how to care for ourselves so that we can be available to care for others and the world around us. Okay, so quick recap: 3 self-care tips for a Sagittarius moon. That's today. Number 1 is think in the big picture. Number 2 is choose your beliefs on purpose. What can you believe that will help you be happy and energized and ready to be more of yourself? Number 3, build upon what makes you happy. So remember, I mean, this is just one day, right? But taking time out to reflect on how you can best care for yourself brings in another piece of what is going to support you in your moving toward healing, toward wholeness, toward being your best self, living according to your highest potential. So that's what we're doing here with astrology for unshakable self-care. Thank you for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me and how to work with me. If you're interested in supporting freedom and democracy, I have a recorded reading available as a special offer right now. So check that out, $97. And it's you can read more about it by clicking the link in the description for this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and for all of your support, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.